Hello everyone, welcome once again. Today I'm going to talk about the Nashville number system, understanding the number system on the piano. Now, for those of you who have gone through my foundational piano course, I believe you have already gone through that chapter. And if you have not done so, please consider getting my foundational piano course. It runs for 5 hours and it covers this concept of the number system and much more. Okay, so even if you've watched that chapter on that course, there's a lot you'll still get from here. So now this is it. A piano has 12 keys, huh? Okay, C, C sharp or D flat, D, D sharp or E flat, E, F, F sharp or G flat, G, G sharp or A flat, A sharp or B flat, B, back to C, right? 12 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Each of these keys has a major scale, okay? So you have C major scale, then you have C sharp major scale, D major scale, D sharp major scale, E major scale, all the way up to B major scale. Now, I encourage you to learn all the 12 major scales, right? Now, on each major scale, we have how many notes? 8 notes. I'm going to use, for example, the C major scale just to illustrate this. 8 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The first and the 8th are the same, okay? So we have basically 7 notes. So that represents 7 positions, okay? 7 positions on a major scale, right? So on the C major scale, we have C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Then we go back to C. In each of these positions, you play a specific type of chord. Now that chord can be a major chord, a minor chord, or a diminished chord, right? Now, understanding the number system is very important because this is how you'll be able to play in all the keys on a piano, okay? And I go into more, greater details in my course, but I'm just highlighting for the sake of this lesson. In the first position of any major scale, the chord you play there is a major chord. So on a C major scale, you'll be playing C major, okay? Now you can also play this as C major 7th. That is chord number 1. The second chord on the scale will be a minor chord. In this case, we're playing a D minor. You can also play it as a D minor 7th. Chord number 3 is also a minor chord. That will be E minor or E minor 7th. The fourth chord on any scale will be a major chord or a major 7th. So in this case, we have F major or F major 7th. The fifth chord is a major chord or sometimes played as a dominant 7th chord, right? G, in this case for the scale of C, the fifth is G, so you play it as G major or G7. The sixth chord is a minor chord or a minor 7th chord. So in this case, you play A minor or A minor 7th. The 7th chord is a diminished chord. In this case, you'll play B diminished. B, D, and F. You can also play this as B diminished 7th chord, okay? Now, this 7th chord can also be played as a minor 7th flat 5 chord. What do we mean? B minor, okay, 7th. minor 7, flat 5, right? Minor 7, flat 5. This is B major, B, D sharp, F sharp. B minor is B, D, F sharp. B minor 7th is this, right? Add the A on top, and then the 5th is F sharp, so we flatten that. Okay. So it's a B diminished 7th, okay, or B minor 7th flat 5. Now remember, we can also play this B diminished. Some people will play it like this with the A, but some people will play it with the G sharp. And actually this is actually the most appropriate way to play a diminished 7th chord, in my opinion. Okay, B, D, F, and G sharp. So these are B diminished 7th or B minor 7th flat 5. So those two options. You can play the A or the G sharp here, depending on the circumstance. Now, that concept applies to any key. So for example, if I'm looking for the numbers of a key like G major, for example, I'll just go to the G major scale, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Okay. Chord number 1 is what? Major or major 7th. So G major or G major 7th. Chord number 2 is A minor or A minor 7th. A minor or A minor 7th. Number 3 is minor again. Okay. So the rule is this: chord number 1, number 4 and 5 are major, 2, 3 and 6 are minor. Chord number 7 is a diminished 7th chord or a minor 7th flat 5. So chord number 1 in this case will be G major 7th. Chord number 2, A minor 7th. Chord number 3, B minor or B minor 7th. Chord number 4, remember 4 is always major, C major or C major 7th. Chord number 5, remember, is what? Major or dominant 7th. D major or D dominant 7th. Chord number 6 is what? Minor. So E minor 7th. Chord number 7 is what? Diminished 7th or minor 7th flat 5. Okay. Back to chord number 8 or 1, G major 7th. So that's the rule. Chord number 1 is always major. Chord number 2 is minor. Chord number 3 is minor. Chord number 4 is major. Chord number 5 is major or dominant 7th. Number 6, minor or minor 7th. Number 7, diminished 7th or minor 7th flat 5. Then back to chord number 8, which is major 7th, which is the same as 1. Now, why is it important for you to understand the number system? Is because this is what will actually help you to be able to play in all the keys. And that's what I dwell on a lot on the foundational piano course. And explaining to you, I go into greater detail, explaining to you how to use the number system to play in all the other keys using the different progressions, okay? Now, let me explain to you something about a common chord progression that you can use to practice the number system and actually try to master this number system in all the other keys. Let's take a chord progression like 2, 5, 1, a common chord progression, okay? 2, 5, 1. What is a 2, 5, 1 chord progression, for example, in the key of C major? What is chord number 2? D minor 7th, okay? 1, 2, and we said 2 is minor or minor 7th. So chord number 2 in the scale of C is D minor 7. 2. What is chord number 5? G major or G dominant 7th. What is chord number 1? C major or C major 7th. I'm just playing an inversion. So if I play inversions, chord number 2 is D minor 7th. Chord number 5, G dominant 7th. Chord number 1, C major 7th. So 2, 5, 1, D minor 7th, G dominant 7th, C major 7th. What about the same thing in the key of F sharp, for example? You go to F sharp, what is chord number 2? G sharp, and we say 2 is always minor, okay, or minor 7th. So G minor 7th, okay? We can use this inversion. That's 2. What is 5? 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the scale of F sharp, 5 is C sharp. And we'll play C sharp, dominant 7th. So 2, G sharp minor 7th, 5, C sharp dominant 7th, 1, F sharp major or F sharp major 7th. So 2, 5, 1 in the key of F sharp. In the key of C, 2, 5, 1. In the key of G, chord number 2 will be A minor 7th. Chord number 5, D dominant 7th. Chord number 1, G major 7th. Okay? So 2, 5, 1. What about in the key of D major? Key of D major. Chord number 2 is what? E minor 7th. Okay? Chord number 5, A dominant 7th. Chord number 1, D major 7th. So 2, 5, 1. That's an exercise I want you to try and do in all the 12 keys. That's the beginning of your journey on how you learn how to play in all the keys. So remember, if you want more of these and more details about how you can apply this and more passing chords, and different types of chords, if you are not yet familiar with how to apply these diminished chords, major 7th chords and minor 7th chords and all that, and this concept, I've covered it in the foundational piano course, which is a 5-hour course, right? And I'll put the link of the course and all the chapters of the content of the course below this video. So if you get the course, you'll be able to learn this concept deeper and understand how to apply the different chords, the passing chords on the scale. But for now, to begin with, before you do that, first practice that 2-5-1 chord progression in all the 12 keys and be patient with it so that you always understand on the number system, chord number 1 is a major chord, go to the scale of the key. Chord number 1 is a major chord, number 2 is a minor chord, 3 is a minor chord, 4 is a major chord, 5 is a major chord, 6 is a minor chord, 7 is a diminished chord, 1 is major, back to 8 or 1. Then build up those chords. Start with the triads and then put in the extended chords, the 7s. So remember, for the major chords, you can play the major or the major 7th, the minor or the minor 7ths. And then practice the 2-5-1 progression as we explained. Just rewind the video. Practice the 2-5-1 chord progression in as many keys as you can. And then try other chord progressions. Like, for example, you can try a 3-6-2-5. In the key of C, for example, what is a 3-6-2-5? 3, E minor 7th, 6, A minor 7th, 2, D minor 7th, 5, G dominant 7th. I'm just playing inversions, okay? G dominant 7th, G dominant 7th, D minor 7th, A minor 7th, which is also here. So 3, 6, 2, 5. Now try that, for example, in key G. 3, B minor 7th, 6, E minor 7th, 2, A minor 7th, 5, D dominant 7th. So 3, 6, 2, 5. 3, 6, 2, 5. Try that progression, 3, 6, 2, 5 in another key. That's how you'll begin mastering all the chords on every key. And a song is just a chord progression. You understand that? A song is just a movement of chords. So when you practice using chord progressions, when you get to songs, you'll also begin now learning how the chords of the song are flowing in all the different keys. So remember, if you like this lesson, please remember to hit the subscribe button, comment below, hit the like, and share it on Facebook, on Twitter, on social media. And God bless you, and see you in the next class.